going on there, guys? We back with another one, and we got to talk about Stephen A. Smith's message to Ja Morant. Now, there was a segment in there yesterday on NBA Countdown where Stephen A. Smith talked about how the NBA is always watching everything you do, who's around you, particularly their superstars, but pretty much everybody. If we paying you millions of dollars in today's age, they paying them hundreds of millions of dollars. So we know exactly what you're doing, and we know everyone in your crew. And Stephen A. said they're always watching. They know everybody that's around on the regular. They got private investigators. They got off-duty police officers, and that makes sense. You're going to protect your investment, and they are representing your overall product. So it makes all the sense in the world, and it seems like common knowledge. I mean, you would expect that, right? And a lot of people on the internet, most people applauded Stephen A. Smith, but there were some detractors saying that he's making that up and that isn't reality. That's just a conspiracy. But Carmelo Anthony actually echoed what Stephen A. Smith had to say. I'm going to show you what Stephen A. said, the little portion he said, and I'm going to show you what Carmelo said to Gillian Wallow.
NBA has off-duty police officers. They've got connections with the FBI. They got connections with everybody. The NBA knows what you're doing. They know who you're doing it with. They know where you are. They know how you're conducting yourself at all times. Don't think they're not watching. They're always watching. And when I get upset is that all of us, Jalen's from the streets of New York, Detroit, I'm from the streets of New York City. We know this kind of stuff. We know the kind of things that people fight just to protect the few dollars they have. What do you think an organization is going to do to protect their multi-billion-dollar investment?
I know who you with. I know where you live at. I know where they live at. I know when you close your eyes. I know when you wake up. Bam. So I'm like, and I know what they doing. He's telling me, I know what they doing. Either tell them to stop or you got to cut them off. He told me, he was just like, man, he said, I gotta make an example out of you. I gotta make an example out of you.
Everything.
I know your whole crew. I know who's doing what.
We also got to hear from Jaws head coach Taylor Jenkins, and he said they take this, gun violence very serious, especially in the city of Memphis. It's a lot going on, some that make headlines, many others that don't, but we know the pain that city's in right now, and so it's not very light, and this is what he had to say.
You have to be limited in what you can say on that, but just your general reaction and how you guys handle the gun that was seen in that video.
Yeah, so we take it very seriously. There's two elements to this that I want to make very clear. There's a supportive element, someone that's got to get better and it needs some help, and then also there's accountability to the team that we got to stand for. So obviously nationwide, league-wide, there's a lot of attention on gun violence, and for us internally in this matter, that's the stance that we've taken about how we can support Ja throughout this growth opportunity. It's a learning opportunity, and then hopefully we can be better from it.
There's incidents going back to last summer and then the one with the Pacers in January. Is there anything you guys could have done as an organization or you yourself differently to kind of prevent this situation happening now?
Yeah, we're going to take stock on where we can always get better. We've already been in dialogues, since those moments to where we can get better and stuff. Nothing's ever going to be perfect, so we're definitely trying to understand where we can be better as an organization moving forward too.
Obviously, this is like headlines of the news right now, but in the last couple of years, just where have you seen Ja grow off the court as a person, as a father?
He's got the ultimate care factor. He's got an unbelievable heart. Obviously, these are, tough times for him, tough times for the organization, but you've got to really peel back and understand the person that he is. He's a generally amazing person, great family person, as you talk about, as a father, brother, son, member of our community. This is a tough time for a young kid that's got to grow and get better. He's got huge responsibilities, not just for the team, for the city, but I know how he's built with that care factor and what steps he's now taken. It's a step in the direction of really being the best version of himself.
Obviously, you don't want anything like this to happen, but is any part of you maybe happy that it happened now before anything serious happened, rather than later down the line, which something potentially could happen?
You saw the video, and how did you guys reach the conclusion for him to step away?
Yeah, no, very, very tough moment for sure. But just so everyone knows, I'm not going to comment much about internal conversations that we've had with Ja, we've had as a team, we've had as a leadership group. We love him. We want what's best for him. We support him. It's going to be a difficult process, but we've got a great group to get through this.
You will say what steps need to be taken moving forward for him to rejoin the team?
Yeah, I mean, again, I'm not going to share what those conversations are. I think the focus right now is Josh taking on the responsibility to really get the help he needs to get into a better place, generally speaking, but also on the flip side, to be in a better place to, embrace the responsibilities and expectations as a member of this team. That's what we're dialoguing about. That's what we're going to support him through, but we're also going to hold him accountable to.
Will he be out more than these 2 games?
I mean, there's not a definitive timeline. I mean, we have said that it's going to be at least these 2 games. We're taking it one day at a time. I mean, this is going to be an ongoing healing process. I can't comment in terms of what the exact timetable is going to be because it's really not a timetable situation.
So listening to that audio, Coach Jenkins, he said, we take this serious, and he can't say too much because the NBA has their thumb on this too. So he can't jump out the window and say anything. He can't mention the timetable because although it's saying, he got the 2-game suspension or he's away from the team indefinitely now, he's getting instructions from someone above him. And Ja's going through maybe some classes or whatever, right now. To whatever the league feels like he needs right now, he's going through that because they need to make an example. If this was David Stern, man, this would be much, much worse for Ja. But Adam Silver, he's a little more lax than may be more of a slap on the wrist all in all, but I think he probably should be away for a few weeks, or maybe at least a week. I ain't gonna say a few, but at least a week. And he just needs to refocus, just refocus, because he didn't come in the league exactly like this. It has been a lot of events intertwined together that's causing a downward spiral, and I'm glad they caught it right now. It's always good when someone's still alive and has a chance to change the course of their path. And so this is clearly where they asked him to get out there and release a statement and let that be that. It's going to be interesting to hear how much they allow the players to talk about this, because this isn't just a team matter. This is an NBA matter 100%. So we just gonna have to wait and see. Now what's crazy about it though is this is March. This is a very critical part of the season, and Ja's a person that sometimes he sits out of games to manage injuries anyway. And I wonder what the team continuity and everything is going to look like going forward. You got Dylan Brooks on a little suspension right now. You got I can't remember who else is injured, but you have a lot of things this team is facing, and to have presumably your leader sidelined for foolishness this late in the season is something I feel like they're gonna have to overcome. The Grizzlies has done a lot of talking, and this is the other piece. I feel like people was like, just be quiet and let it happen, because now after all that talking they've done, it seems to be falling apart premature. They were right there with the Warriors last year, and a lot of teams take for granted we'll be right back. We'll have a chance next year, or we'll get them next time. But there may not be a next time. There's so many unknown factors on and off the floor that can impact your ability to get back to the highest level that it's nothing to ever take for granted. And Ja doesn't need to take this opportunity for granted. It's an opportunity of a lifetime, and he's set his table. All he has to do is sit down and eat. But right now, he's he's flinging the food across the room and asking for trouble, which is not understandable. So let's hope this young man gets it together and lead the Grizzlies the way they should be led, man. It's a hard-working city, and hard hat city, and they like their basketball, man. They always come out and support. So this is a disservice to them too. Let me know what you guys think in the comments about this, though. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Until next time, peace.